Before starting the video, I am going to tell one thing. I am uploading videos with clear-cut information or brief explanations on each topic, but people skip some parts, and due to that they miss some information which I said in the video and ask me in the comment section, even though I already told those things in the video. They don't even try to think if they missed it in the video and rewatch it. They are ready to wait for hours or days for my reply, but not to watch it again without skipping. Some people search the content which they want, click on our video, and come to ask me doubts in the comment section without even watching the video, saying that they want an immediate answer and don't want to spend time watching the clear practical demonstration video. In messages, they don't get all their doubts cleared, and at each step they get new doubts while doing it and keep asking questions for each step again and again. What is the point of that when you already have a detailed video in front of you? Why are you not ready to watch and learn? Why do you people waste your time and others' time also? Look guys, in messages we can't explain everything, and you may not visually get the solutions. That's why we make videos. If you guys want direct answers without even watching the videos, then sorry, you can go now. Also, if I already explained anything in the video and people skipped it and ask me to explain the same point again in the comment section, then I will not reply to you guys. Remember it, this makes me disappointed, and what is the use of doing lengthy detailed videos if you don't want to watch them and want to waste your time and mine? So I decided that from now on I will keep my videos as short as I can. I won't explain everything in depth, and I also won't reply to things which I already explained in the video. Let's jump into our video. Hooking is a technique that intercepts or redirects the normal execution of a program. It lets you modify, monitor, or extend the behavior of a game without changing its original source code. Hooking is used for both legitimate purposes like debugging, profiling, accessibility, modding, overlays, anti-cheat, compatibility layers, and illegitimate purposes like cheats, bypassing protections, and malware. There are a lot of hookings, but in this video I only cover function hooking, which is the most frequently used in mod menus. Also, I am not going to explain how to create a mod menu, add it to a game, or find offsets. Those were already covered before. To follow along with this video, you should already have your mod menu and offsets list by watching our previous videos. Here is a game program where a player's health is 100 and takes 5 damage. It goes to the original damage function to calculate the damage and gives the result. Then the program continues with the remaining stuff. When we hook it, it will reach our fake function, and it will do whatever we tell the game to do. So we have control over the game. If you want to run the original game function with your inputs, then you can do that as well. I told my subscribers 2 years back to learn the C++ language, at least the basics. Or if you already have coding knowledge or know how programs work, then it will be very helpful to you. I hope you guys already learned the basics because I am not going to explain the coding language here, just the flow of it. For now, if you haven't learned coding yet, then just blindly follow and understand what we use and where. Just focus on what I am showing. Forget about the remaining stuff for now because those were already covered in the mod menu videos. First, you need to replace this libname with your libname. This is our mod menu interface. It is already available on our website. The link is given in the description, and it was created just for educational purposes and testing. Don't expect all kinds of mods in it, just download and enjoy. Here I am going to show you how to create this no vision feature. Whatever feature you see in this picture is created with the same process and the same code. Features are only activated when you turn them on or give input to them. If you want to make a mod feature turn on whenever the game launches, then you don't need features. You may wonder why we want that kind of stuff without features. There are some scenarios, and one of the famous ones is an anti-cheat bypass, which has to activate at launch time without the need to toggle it on or off so that we can bypass the game. In our case, I need to make Granny blind when I turn on the feature and return to normal when I turn it off, so I create a no vision toggle feature. We already discussed features in the mod menu videos. Since the category is not countable, we count the features from no vision. Since coding languages always start from 0, our no vision position is also 0. We have a lot of switch examples here. I am not going to explain them since this is focused on a short video. I am creating a switch case here. When it turns on, it will become true. We already know which features give which type of value. You can name it whatever you want. I take the name no vision. Let's create this variable. Like I said before, don't focus on the remaining stuff around our code. Each part of the code will be discussed in separate videos. Just focus on where I am typing. Since our toggle gives bool values, I take my variable with the bool data type. I am not giving any default value. Based on the toggle being on or off, it will store the value in it, so I don't need to put a default or starting value here. But don't think everything is the same. Sometimes we have to give default values. To understand those cases, you need coding language knowledge. See, here also we have some examples for those. Under this, we have a few examples for hooking. These three are used for function hooking. For example, if you look in our dump.cs file, you will see methods. Those methods will be hooked here. In the theory section, we also discuss the damage taking example. Each one is a different data type, but all the functions look the same, except void. The remaining data types return their respective data type values at the end. That is the most important point. Only void doesn't need to return a value. Let me explain one hooking function here. See, this is the data type, and this is the function name we want to hack. You can name it whatever you want, but for best practice, name it relative to your hack. For example, if you want an ammo hack, name it like ammo hack, ammo function, or bullet hack, etc. This is mandatory, and don't change it. This is the heart of the function. This will give the class instance of the function. In our previous video, we used a lot of methods to find our class instance, right? But here, with this single line, we can automatically get that instance. Like I said in that video, this only works for non-static functions. Remember, here we create our hook function, and you can name it as you want, but for better practice, keep the original and hook function names similar so it can be easy to understand. Or more simply, put old or original in front of the original function. See, this instance is important. Don't make mistakes here. Also, if the function takes parameters, then we have to add those as well, like you see here. This function takes one parameter called amount. Don't worry, we will cover that in our next video. This is where our hook starts. In this block, we need to write our code according to what we want to do with the game, how we want the game to behave, and when it has to behave, etc. Here they use if statements, and if you guys watched our Lua language videos, then you will understand what if statements do. Here they gave instructions that if the instance is not a null value or garbage value, and also the toggle is turned on, then only our code has to run. They use the end symbol, which means if either condition is not true, then this block will be skipped, and it will go to the original function. In this scenario, they return true because their function data type is bool, which only takes true or false. The same thing you can see in the remaining functions. You may have a doubt, these are for functions, but what about field offsets? Don't worry, they already provide an example for that as well. Since we are hooking field offsets, not a function, we have to set it to void because it doesn't return anything. Here the code is also the same, but there is one small and important syntax provided here. This is the important thing. Don't make mistakes here, just remember the syntax. This is the data type of the value we want to change. If you are using 32-bit or 64-bit, based on that you need to use the value here. Since our game is 64-bit, I can leave it as it is. You don't need to change this. Change this field offset with your field offset. Based on your data type, put your value here. I renamed this function. My function doesn't need any parameters, so I don't give any. I don't need any local variables for now. Here I need to add the toggle condition so that if it is turned on and the instance is not null, then only the hack works. My variable or field offset is boolean, so I am setting it to bool. My game is 64-bit, so I don't change it. Let's see our offset. Let's add it here. Let me set the value. Some field offsets return to their original values when we turn off the toggle because they are overwritten by other functions. Some field offsets are not accessed or overwritten by other functions, so in that case the value you set will remain the same even when you turn off the toggle. In that scenario, you need to set an else statement also, like this. Now this will change the game value back when I turn off the toggle. But for this scenario, I don't need this because if I set it, then even when I stand in front of Granny, she will not see me. I don't want that. My field offset can be changed by other functions, so I don't need to manually set it. In your scenario, it depends on the game function, so based on that, use it wisely. We must change it to our original function name. Now we created our feature, created the variable for it, and also declared our function. We are just left with one step, which is initializing our hook. Let's do that also. Don't mess with this function. It is used to wait until our library loads. Only then will it initialize our hooks. Otherwise, our offsets will contain garbage values, and due to overwriting garbage data, the game may crash or not respond. Here we have two things. The if function is for 64-bit, and the else is for 32-bit. Since our game is 64-bit, I use only the 64-bit data and remove the 32-bit data. Here also we have a lot of initializations. Since it's a short video, I am not going to explain everything, just this function is enough for you. Put your lib name here. Your function offset here. Your new function here, and your old function here. Done. Your hack is ready. One more thing, when you work with field offset hooks, try to find the update method offset in that class. It can be any update method like update, fixed update, check update, etc., whatever the name of the update method is. Because update methods are called continuously, our mod will also keep running continuously, so our mod will remain stable. Normal function hooks already have their own function, so there is no problem. You can use normal function methods to hook field offsets, but those normal functions are only activated when the action related to them happens. Only then will your field offset hook be applied. One more thing, if the field offsets belong to two different classes, you cannot hook both of them using one class's update method. You need to create two functions for two different classes field offsets or function hooks. If you try to hook multiple field offsets that belong to the same class, then that one class's update method will work. I hope you understand this well. Now you guys will like this short form of explanation, and even now please stop skipping and asking the same things I already explained here. If it still happens, then I will try to keep my videos as short as possible. See you in the next video. Keep learning, bye.